Hi guys, I know I have a lot of things I need to address because a lot of y'all have been asking questions from my live streams, from Sky's post, Cam's post, and I'm going to give y'all all the answers y'all want. I think the best topic for me to start off with is my sexual assault story, including Benny at the age of 17, this other boy at the age of 18, and me at the age of 15. I just want to let y'all know before I start telling y'all my story, it's really hard for me to remember everything that happened. I'm trying my best, but I've been through a lot of trauma ever since I was a kid, and the best way for my mind to adjust to it is just block out everything and forget all the bad memories. But I wrote down a few papers, so I have my receipts so I remember, and I'll just try my best to include everything for you guys. Also, this is going to be a little hard for me to make this video because I'm so bad at opening up to people. I've always been the type of person to just keep everything to myself and handle it myself, which is exactly why Sky and Harper were not aware of the situation happening, because I just didn't have the heart to tell Harper. Like, I couldn't. But here we are now, so Harper, if you're seeing this, I hope you understand it a little bit better now. But that does not take away the fact of what I did to our friendship, and I'm really sorry. One more thing to add on top of this, Benny literally threatened me to start a lawsuit on me just because I'm outing him for the wrong things he's done. So basically how it all started, we were all at a function, like there's a lot of people there, and I told everyone I'm about to leave and Uber home. Then the boy and Benny come up to me and they're like, you can just come in our Uber and I'll make a stop home. And I was like, shit, like that's really nice, thank you. So I go with them, and then we're like 10 minutes into the Uber, and he's like, the boy is like, oh shit, I didn't add a stop. And I was like, well, can you add one? And he was like, well, why don't you just come to our place? Like, just hang out with us. Like, and I was like, that's like weird. Like, it sounds weird on my part because I'm friends with Harper. Benny's gonna be there. And I was just like, I don't think so. He ended up convincing me, and I just said, okay, but literally no weird shit is going to happen. Like, I'm sleeping on the couch, y'all are sleeping in the bed. Like, I made that pretty clear. And then we go into the hotel room, and not even after 10 minutes, they started saying really weird stuff. Like, it started off as just joking, and then it got deeper and deeper and weirder. A few things that they said, these are a little bit disturbing to some people, especially if you've been in a situation similar to this. One thing, like, threesomes are so much fun. Can you shake your ass in my face? Hickeys on the abs are so good. There's more. Wait. Saying, give us head. Head would be so good right now. Let's play spin the bottle. Me and Benny will kiss if you kiss us. And over and over again, I remember repeatedly saying no. Like, no. And saying how it's weird because I'm friends with Harper. Like, you can't, like, go around saying that. Like, that's... Also, mind you, the age gap. 15, 17, 18. But even after I said no, the sexual and weird comments would not stop, just kept going. Throughout all the weird comments, they would whisper to each other and then just, like, look at me and, like, smile. And I was like, what did you guys say? And then they just, like, laugh. And then I remember that eventually they both walked into the bathroom together, closed the door, locked it, and then came back out with nothing on but their underwear. Once they came back, I was like, why did y'all take off your clothes? And they said, that's just how we sleep. Like, you should take yours off too. And they kept saying, like, take off your pants, take off your shirt, stuff like that. Which I said no, and I stayed completely clothed the whole night, which I'm so happy that happened, and I was able to say no to that. After that, they of course kept saying weird stuff, and I knew that neither of them were gonna stop until they got something out of it. So I did eventually end up kissing both of them, but they still wanted more, kept asking for head, kept asking for other stuff. And while this was happening, while I was kissing them, I was just thinking, what the fuck am I doing? Like, no, I was not getting enjoyment out of it. I was fucking disgusted. Like, I didn't know what to do. Like, tell me if you were 15, put in a position like this with older guys, like, what would you do? In a hotel room, by yourself, nobody else, nobody to help you. I've always been so bad at saying no. I've always been a people pleaser, and it was just really hard. I ended up just saying I'm going to bed, thinking like it would all blow over and I'd be okay in the morning, but no. But after I went to sleep, they left me alone and stopped saying stuff. But the next day, I literally thought of it the whole entire day and continued to think about it every single night before I went to sleep. And obviously, it's an upsetting situation, especially with the fact that I didn't have the nerve to say no. I could have just left. I could have just walked out. And I'm sure some of you guys are going to comment that, but it's hard for people to understand when they haven't been put in that situation before. But with the fact that some people are never being put through it, there's also people that have been put through it. And I just want to say I'm so sorry to the people who have been put through that, because it's truly so upsetting and disgusting that anyone could ever do that, and nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that. So I will be praying for all of you guys, and I'm sending y'all love, and I hope that someday y'all can overcome it. But But I really do hope that the outcome of this video of me posting this helps some of you girls know that it is completely okay to say no. You're allowed to say no, and you're allowed to stand up for yourself. Also, if you're watching this and you're an influencer that other boy influencers have done this to you, this is your sign to stand up for yourself. Get on social media and post that shit. Because none of y'all deserve to be put through anything, and people deserve to know the stories. Because so much stuff happens behind cameras, guys, that I promise y'all are never going to know about. I never planned to speak on this situation on social media. Didn't think it was going to happen. But hopefully the outcome of this video being made is good, because I feel like it just taught me to stand up for myself and that it's okay to say no. So I hope this helped you guys learn that too. Anyways, this is the text that Benny sent me, literally flipping the situation on me, acting like I was the one who initiated it. And he said the N-word again, if y'all didn't peep that. Like, at least I learned. And then he also posted this on his story, calling me a dirty slut who said shit that didn't happen because I got exposed. But actually, no, that's not what happened. I just realized I don't have to get walked all over by weird bitches like him. Alright, and the last few things, me and Chad recently went on a trip to Florida, and we saw Benny there. And I have Shai to back me up on this because he did weird stuff to her as well. First, he came up to me, like, first thing he said, he was like, hey, can we fuck tonight? And I just looked at him like, who says that? Like, that's disgusting. And then, what he said to you?
Okay, sorry, I just put eye drops in, but me and Mena were sitting in the living room, and first thing he said, he, like, walked in the door. You know, we haven't seen him since I don't even know how long. First thing he said was, do you guys want to have a threesome? Let's crack. So I just, like, think that's kind of odd. I don't even know when the last time I saw Benny. I've never been that close with Benny. I don't talk to Benny like that. So I think it's just, like, a weird thing to say off the bat.
Yeah, and also it's the fact, like, you could tell when he said it, he was not joking.
Yeah.
And even if he was, it's still so
a
gross.
Weird thing to say. But you normally can tell when someone's joking. You could tell he was not joking.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I think the first thing for him to say to me, can we fuck, after the last time I saw him, he sexually assaulted me, is even weirder on top. But I do want to say, I of course forgive Benny and the other boy for the things they've done to me, because in my life, forgiveness is a very big thing, and I just hope that this video makes them see what they did wrong. But if not, oh well, there's nothing else I can do. But all of you guys watching this are so strong, and I just love y'all, and I hope y'all can see it from my perspective now a little bit. But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for some of the support. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Bye, guys.